Дамы и господа, вашему вниманию представляем 6-й бой сегодняшнего турнира в наилегчайшей весовой категории. В синий угол клетки приглашается боец из Таджикистана Довуд Идибеков!
You're watching MMA Series 12, Time of New Heroes. We're live from St. Petersburg, Russia once again, and brought to you by Fubo Sports Network and the Clash TV app. I'm ENM16 Butlin, and this is our main card. You're watching Dovud Idibekov from Tajikistan making his way down to the cage. Idibekov has a very impressive record, 6 wins and no defeats. 3 of those fights come with first round submissions. We've seen him with arm bars, rear naked choke, guillotine, and he's never been out of the first round. Made his debut back in October 2017, so that is a very impressive record. Must be a tough prospect for anybody to fight when you look at a record like that for your preparation.
А в красный угол клетки приглашается его оппонент из города Санкт-Петербург. Встречайте, Владислав Kyssa!
Well, the man with that challenge coming down for this flyweight contest to the red corner, Vladislav Kyssa. Another fan favourite here, building his name on the MMA series. If anyone can get the first defeat of Idibekov, it is Kyssa. Made his debut in July 2019, and since then we've seen him 3 times on the MMA series. MMA series 6 saw a win by armbar. MMA series 8 he returned with a triangle win in the 3rd round after a tough contest. And then his last fight on MMA series 9, we saw that first round KO, showing us that he's got that power as well. This, again, another great matchup, flyweight contest. Expect these guys to come out fast, throw in leather, and when they get to the floor, you've seen there the records of submission victories, armbars, rear naked chokes, triangles, guillotine.
И, дамы и господа, представляем вам 6-й бой сегодняшнего турнира в наилегчайшей весовой категории. В синем углу клетки боец из Таджикистана представляет клуб Алиев Тим. В его активе значится рекорд 6 побед, ни одного поражения. Довуд Идибеков! А противостоять ему будет боец из города Санкт-Петербург. В красном углу клетки представитель команды SERIES-12. Его профессиональный рекорд составляет 4 победы, всего 1 поражение. Владислав Kyssa! Рефери в клетке Евгений Ли.
Бойцы на середину. Помним про правила, слушаем мои команды, деремся честно. Пожали руки. По углам.
MMA Series 12, Time of New Heroes, live from St. Petersburg. This is a flyweight contest. Idibekov in the blue corner and Kyssa in the red corner. For me, on paper, this has potential to be fight of the night. This is probably my pick for the silent fight of the night. 2 young superstars in the making, and a testament to the matchmaking putting these 2 together here on MMA Series. A fall to the floor by Idibekov as he tries a high kick. "11 fights between them and only 1 loss. See the leg caught there by Vladislav Kyssa. Idibekov, the taller of the 2, using the kicks early on. Both feinting. Spinning hook kick there from Kyssa. Falls short. Nice vocabulary of punches straight away there, throwing the uppercuts, hooks. One, two coming from Idibekov. Still falling short. Southpaw stance for Vladislav Kyssa. Orthodox of Idibekov, who comes in and gets another kick caught. Got to be wary of these. Is Kyssa going to use that for the takedown? Both guys must be wary of the other's groundwork. We've seen so many submission victories from the two. Kyssa finishes the takedown, ends up in guard. Chooses to stand in the guard. He's trying to get past those legs. He does. Gets to the back. He's got his hooks in. We've seen him win by rear naked choke before. Is he going to sink that in? Looking very deep. He's got his left leg right across the body. Looked like he was maybe looking for a body lock. He's done it the other way now. Put his right leg across. This is tight. This is going to be very difficult for Idibekov to get out of. Using the strikes, working. He's got 3 minutes left in his first round. Idibekov in a bad position here. Vladislav Kyssa raining down punches. Looking to work against that defense of the arms so that he can get the arm underneath the neck. Idibekov staying tight, keeping down low. It's very difficult to get the rear naked choke when someone's on the front and locking up the position around the chin. But the advantage with MMA that we're seeing there is that he can fire big shots in now to try to raise that chin up. Still good defense though, Idibekov. Kyssa needs to reset, just fire some more shots in. Idibekov keeping the hands up by the face, which not just defends the punches coming in, but it also defends the arm going underneath the chin. Working two different areas of defense by having those hands up tight with the chin down. And there he pops out the back door, and this is good work. Idibekov, nice solid knee and a jumping knee. That will be disheartening for Kyssa, who was in a very dominant position. And he's let him out, he's let him off the hook, but a nice right cross. That's what he got the knockout with in his last fight. But there, the shot, and this is what I was saying about these guys. Big right cross. The referee's jumped in. Has he stopped the fight? Has he stopped it?
Так, значит, балаган, во-первых, прекратили.
Not sure, a little bit of confusion here as to what's happened.
Слушай меня внимательно. Удары ногами по противнику, лежащему в партере, запрещены.
Not sure exactly what the warnings. I'll have to see the replay there. I was getting a little bit excited there because we saw big shots coming from both guys.
Отсюда. Приготовились. Бой!
So they're starting them again. Idibekov allows Kyssa to get back to his feet. We'll have to wait for the replay for that, but at the moment we've got 1 minute 10 seconds left, and these two flyweights already showing their potential. Both have felt the power of the other now. It's Idibekov, who's looking confident. Wanted to land that shot again. That was the right cross again. Spinning hook kick. The spinning back kick, usually the more common you see in MMA, but these two both throwing that. And that's a nice takedown there from Kyssa, who's going to try to better his position to the mount, I think, but he got his head caught. Is he going to clear the head? He moves round. And guard attacks there from Idibekov. Great work, drops back for the heel, going for the Achilles. Switches to the heel hook. The turn, the heel hook's definitely the more damaging of the two. He gets the roll, he's got the finish. Or was it the final bell? Was he saved by the bell? There he was. So there he finished. Vladislav Kyssa finishes with a heel hook on. Let's watch a replay of this action. A slip from the high kick there. We saw Kyssa kept catching those kicks. First spinning hook kick attempt from Kyssa. Swinging shots. And here, Great control on the back. He got the body triangle for quite a while, but could not get the finish. As Idibekov stayed positive, stayed focused. And that was a right cross right on the button as Kyssa was backing off. Definitely the shot of the round, that. So we saw Kyssa a little bit rocked there. But possibly won the first round if you think about the time he spent on the back. Again, another difficult first round to score. A testament to the matchmaking. Very even fight. If you're watching at home on the Clash TV app, give us your opinions, clap for your favourite fighter, and tell us what you think. Who won that first round? Was it the back attack, the punches, the dominance there, or was it the knockdown and then the aggression of Idibekov? Round number 2, MMA Series 12, Time of New Heroes. Idibekov in the blue, Kyssa red. Flyweight contest. And they're swinging already again in the second round. Level change, takedown comes from Idibekov. Nice scramble and back to his feet by Kyssa. Idibekov drops his level down. Constant switching from high to low. Gets the takedown. Can he pass the guard? Framing well and using his hips. Vladislav Kyssa gets back to a full guard. And again, we've seen Kyssa working the armbar and the triangle from this guard position. He's using the fence to turn his body around. Doesn't want to be stuck with his head against the fence. They're good solid shots coming in from Idibekov.
Перчатка не держим. Перчатка не держим.
So even first round from the guys at Clash TV. Idibekov just edging the round. I probably agree with that, I think. Idibekov looking the better of the strikers. Looks for a spinning hook kick there. Dances off, trying to get a little bit of a breather here. It has been a fast-paced fight so far, as we expect from the flyweights. Again, neither of these men can come forward too aggressively or in straight lines, because both we've seen have that knockout power. Kyssa goes for the takedown. Is he going to get caught? So now it's Idibekov looking for the guard work. Kyssa looking to make sure that he's safe with that leg control. Postures back up. You see the corner shouting in there. Corner instructions will sound so clear without a crowd in the building. Still looking to pass the guard. This is good guard work by Idibekov. Keeping his legs in between Vladislav Kyssa and himself. Or his upper body, should I say. The game for passing the guard is to just get past those legs. Obviously the guy trying to defend is wanting to keep the legs in between any way he can. He's going to look for the leg lock here. Kyssa puts himself in a risky position by stepping through there. He must be confident. Stands up, good balance, good posture. Vladislav Kyssa as he looks to pass the guard. Really nice work, technical work from both guys, showing the ground, the skill they have. Kyssa looks to get past, but Idibekov gets back to his feet. Hip toss, beautiful work. But he hip tossed it down into the full guard. Vladislav Kyssa, who's got a minute left. in this second round. Has Kyssa pulled away in this round? Idibekov's done some good, solid work. As he grinds through, big punches coming down now. Blood coming from the nose of Vladislav Kyssa. Both get back to the feet. Again, to the floor. This is something we see from flyweight contests a lot. Moves from position to position. And that was a great attempt at a guillotine. Drops back. Kyssa did well to defend that guillotine because that looked tight as he rolled. Switch position on the back. And we're now back in the full guard. That was a deep submission attempt there. And you've got to think that Idibekov's pulling away again in that round with the finishers, the attacks, another jumping knee. And there we've completed 2 full rounds now of this flyweight contest. So, first round, Idibekov, I think, slightly edged it, and the Clash TV app, you guys scored it pretty similar. There was good, solid strikes. That was nearly an illegal kick on the floor. I think he held back there as he realised he couldn't kick while there was 3 points of contact. But Kyssa here had his own success. He had really nice work trying to pass the guard, control, throwing shots down. Maybe dominating a minute and a half of that round, but I believe the rest of the round, look at that beautiful hip toss. I believe the rest of the round was Idibekov, who for me, again, has edged away in this round. So 2 rounds on my card to Idibekov. Vladislav Kyssa comes into the 3rd and final round, needing a finish or at least a big, strong round. Will Idibekov make his record 7-0? Would be a very impressive record and really cement himself as a star of the future here.
Готов? Готов? 3-й раунд. Бой!
MMA Series 12, Time and New Heroes. This is a flyweight contest between Dovud Idibekov, Vladislav Kyssa. It's been a very good fight. For me, 2 rounds to Idibekov. The Clash TV, you guys have scored the 2nd round to Vladislav Kyssa. So you have it 1 round each. I have it 2 rounds to Idibekov. I can see where the scoring has gone that way. There, look at that. As we see the exciting action there, he gets on the back, he gets the finish, and there he did not want to be denied. You guys at home scoring that 420 to 135 in the 2nd round. Vladislav Kyssa, Dovud Idibekov with another win to add to his collection.
В этом противостоянии на 1-й минуте 3-го раунда удушающим приемом победу одержал боец из синего угла Довуд Идибеков!
Довуд. Приходи в себя. Хороший бой, хороший брейк.
It was a good fight, good pressing.
В самом начале 3-го пропустил, но сразу же собрался и забрал.
At the beginning of the 3rd round, you got 1 punch, but after that, you won.
Спасибо организаторам.
Thanks to the organization who did this fight for me, who supported me.
Всегда рядом и поддерживает.
Thanks to all my fans,
Папа и мама.
to my team.
Люблю вас.
I love you all.
Спасибо, Довуд. Удачи.
This flyweight bout between Dovud Idibekov and Vladislav Kyssa had Fight of the Night written all over it from the start. Both guys known for knockouts and submissions and fast fights. Well, it was an even fight. Kyssa having success on the back, the body triangle, working in punches, strikes, but couldn't get the finish. And then we saw flying knees, punches, that big right cross there from Idibekov. Lucky the kick didn't land, and that was what the warning was for there. I'd not seen that from my angle. There we see the strikes working in. The good balance and guard passing work from Vladislav Kyssa, where he showed his strong control and punching. Then the hip toss. Idibekov with a wrestling clinch. And again, big uppercut from Kyssa. But it was this finish, the bulldog choke finish from the back. Wins it for Idibekov, who moves now to 7-0 and a real star of the future.